I'm the Wizard Uncle James. I would love for you guys and girls to become active citizens. Y'all already know how to do that. Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. I hope everybody's having a good day wherever you are. We are still on location. I got probably about another week or so, and then I'll be back at the headquarters. So shout out to everybody. I'll give you guys and girls a couple minutes to get in here. Gotta have some H2O in this Texas sun, boy. I've been down here in the South, you guys know, running Louisiana and Texas right now, trying to get the business back on its feet. I tried staying in the Midwest, and it was a bloodbath up there, so I had to come where I can kind of keep my head above water. So give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here. Make sure you hit the like button when you come in here. Make sure you subscribed. All that good stuff. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning to the channel, then that means you're probably a citizen and you back home. So I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here like we always do. Let me double check. I know this is kind of a short notice live stream that we doing here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here. By the way, I'm going to try not to do too long of a stream for y'all. I just wanted to kind of have an open talk about this. Excuse me, maybe tomorrow or later in the week, I'll set up a longer live stream, depending on how the week go. And where we can really, really get into some things. Because I love doing lives with y'all. Also, tune into our videos if you're new to the channel. We got over probably close to 900 pieces of wonderful information on this channel. Consider putting us on your playlist. Put us in your faves, your rotation. From whether you're at the range, or you at the gym getting it in, or if you at work and you bored and you don't know how you're gonna get through the day, turn this on. This might help you. This might inspire you. This might make you, make your day go by fast. So give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here, like we say. Usually I have an incident. I don't have one today. I didn't have time to come in here to look for one, so I just, okay, I'll go without today. Oh, also, before we get started, I want to shout out all the gun tubers. I want to shout out the people that support GunTube. Without you guys and girls, we here in GunTube would be just a whole bunch of screaming and hollering people like we lost our minds talking about firearms. People would think we some kind of a maniacs. It's nice to see that a lot of y'all engage with us, whether it's live or recorded. Also, as I go to other channels, I see a lot of y'all in other people's comment section, and that's very encouraging that y'all go to multiple people's channel and support. You know, I read y'all comments. Sometimes I respond to them. Sometimes I just read them and take it take it all in, because I learn just as much from you guys and girls in the comment section that support these channels as I learn from the content creators themselves. So definitely give everybody a couple more minutes to get up in here. Also, I'm gonna work on this whole mod thing. As far as having a moderator, I don't know how that goes. Let me see. See people watch. Let me see if this thing, if the comments is turned on. Give me just a second, everybody. Let me go to my phone. All right. Comment section is on, just in case you want to drop in a couple comments. We're going to get into it here in just a minute. So you guys and girls know we always start at the 5-minute mark. We have 6 wonderful people in. If you came in, make sure you hit that likes button. Help us with the algorithm. Shout out to my brother Black Rambo. For those of you who don't know, he just opened his little place of business down there in Homer. Definitely. All right, we got 313 Mag Dumper. What's going on, brother? How you doing? So yeah, I'm just glad to see Black Rambo back. He said he was under a shadow ban. I know what that's like. All right, let's get into it. I wanted to talk to everybody and get everybody's opinion about. So Florida open carry law went into effect. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't have, to be honest, without being too political, I don't think much of the governor of Florida. I'm not sure what the motivation behind this law was. Now, I understand the Second Amendment shall not be infringed, and I'm not even saying that it's wrong to have an open carry law. I'm just saying, in my mind, from this guy, he's very disingenuous person. So I don't know what his motive was, but I've watched different people, Grady Judge, Eric Grady Judd, and other people in the state argue for and against this law. I've even talked to a couple people I know from down in Florida about that. Here's my opinion about it. Open carry. The number one concern I have about open carry is the people that enforce it out of the street. How is this law going to be enforced? That's the number one thing that comes to my mind. Number two, for people who want to practice open carry, making sure you understand where you can and can't do an open carry. That comes to mind also. As I say, on paper and in theory, this is our right. But sometimes what's on paper and what's in practice is two different things. You guys and girls know Florida's history with firearms. You guys and girls know they have the constitutional carry. That has already stirred up a controversy. There's been people that have constitutionally carried, and one brother out there in Jacksonville was shot with his own gun. The officer, she said it was an accident. The point is, he was legally carrying a firearm. He was disarmed and he was shot. You guys and girls see these videos online about people challenging these open carry laws. I'm going to say this. If you want to practice open carrying, that's fine. Once in a while, depending on where I am, I might have a firearm on me in a holster and have it holstered. And you probably can see it. It happens from time to time. I open carry. I'll be a liar if I told you I never open carried before. Usually I don't, but I have. I just want everybody who's going to practice open carrying across the country, not just Florida. Be strategic. What's going on? We got White Rambo in the house. I want y'all to be strategic about how you go about practicing this. Understand something. Oh, nothing much. I'm just out here working, man. Just giving in my 2 cents about this open carry thing. Understand something. If you practice open carry and you're accosted by law enforcement, use your head. Try not to be too standoffish, because the one thing that is going to be established is you do have a firearm. And you know what they love saying? If they have to shoot you, well, he had a gun and I thought he was going for it. I'm not sure if this law is something that he wanted to get through DeSantis to I'm not sure what his motive was. I'll just leave it like that. Like I said, if you live in Florida, definitely, I would love for you guys and girls to keep me posted. I'm going to try through news clippings and things like that to keep my eye on how this thing goes. But this open carrying, like I said, it's not open and shut. It's not something that's just simple. We all know the criminals. Now, a criminal, if you're a criminal, because I don't doubt that there's not criminals that don't watch GunTube to see what the law-abiding citizens talk about. If you're a criminal, all right, Dr. T, you should already assume that legal law-abiding citizens are legally armed if you're a criminal. I know a lot of y'all pocket carry in y'all back pockets, and I've seen the videos of the guys sneaking behind y'all and trying to disarm y'all and stuff. I've seen all this, so that comes along with the territory also. My biggest thing is just how it's going to be enforced and who is going to be enforced against is what I worry about when it comes to this whole open carry thing. You also have, like I said, law enforcement that's in favor and law enforcement that's not in favor. It plays a difference. So I just want everybody to be careful. If you're going to open carry, just take into consideration where you're open carrying. You know, like I said, from time to time I do it. Yeah, you ready. You right about that, Dr. T. You got to have a good holster. I always say get you one that have a snap on it. Don't know. But yeah. You know what? Let me go ahead on and address that holster comment. Believe it or not, for a long time I didn't carry I didn't have a holster. I had a conversation. Shout out to Dr. T since she in the chat room. I'll just talk about this particular conversation we had. I had a conversation with her about my evolution of firearms. And all right, we got Mr. 5'7" in the house. We appreciate you. For a long time, I didn't have a holster. I had a bunch of guns and no holster because I was so used to the street style of always carrying appendix without a holster. So finally one day, I don't know, I was at a gun show or something and I saw like a discount holster I grabbed. Actually turned out not to be that bad of a holster because a lot of my firearms fit this holster. It's kind of like canvas, you know. I'm not going to tell you it's like that, what's that, Alien Gear, or what's that other one I'm seeing now, Veter holsters or something. It's not like that. But it's a regular holster. It has served its purpose. It's when I get home, I'll show y'all that old motherfucker. You probably didn't see me before. I probably didn't showed it to you. What's going on? We got Tactical Skillionaire here, man. I'm doing good, man. It's good to see all y'all come through. I just decided I would do this live instead of pre-recorded about this whole open carry thing, because even though I know the title says Florida, there's open carry in a lot of places, and you know, there's just a lot of nuances that come with that. As I was saying, I just started, like, I bought Canik is the gun that made me get into say okay, I'm going to start getting me some holsters for my firearms, because Canik gave me the SA was the first Canik that I bought. It's the one with the decocker on the top. It came with a holster. Besides that little holster I told y'all that I have already. When I bought my SIG P226, the 357 SIG, it came with a holster. And then I wind up finding, I think, another holster or two for my 1911s. I don't have the holster gear that I should, but I definitely will be changing that. So I can understand guys and girls that carry without a holster. It's not the smartest thing to do, but I've done it, and I've done it for a long time because that's the way I came in around guns. Appendix carrying with no holster. You guys know it the old school way, the old street way. Stick it in your appendix and go on about your business. So, but yeah, this whole thing about this Florida open carrying law is going to be very, very interesting. I just say, if you're going to practice open carrying, not, like I said, not only in Florida, anywhere, you got a lot of dangers you got to be aware of, not only from the criminals, but dealing with law enforcement. Yeah, you're right about that. Tactical skill, you know, you're gonna open carry. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You You can't just open carry and just assume nobody's gonna approach you. You know. All right, Gino, what's going on? How you doing? So, yeah, that's my take on it. You know, you just got to be careful, man. Do your research when it comes to this law, please, please. You guys and girls know I always say this. I usually prefer to carry conceal. I always preach about getting your concealed carry permit because you never know when you're gonna travel. Some states have this constitutional carry / open carry, and some states don't. So I always say, cross your T's, dot your I's. Okay, from Amsterdam. All right, we got Amsterdam in the house. I didn't never meet nobody from Amsterdam, but we appreciate you checking in. Definitely. Make sure you hit the likes button as you're in here. We got 12 wonderful people. It's been a while since I did a live stream. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep everybody too long. I know it's an impromptu on a Saturday. A lot of y'all out here trying to enjoy these last couple of warm days before the winter hit. An old man winter bring his old grumpy ass up in here and make it hard for a lot of us. You know, so definitely. But yeah, that open carry, man, just do your research. Wherever you live, where they're gonna practice, where you can practice open carry, do your research. And this just my piece of advice, you're your own person. Stay 3 steps ahead if law enforcement approach you. All right. We appreciate you stopping through. We appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, just understand some people are not gonna be comfortable. There's a man with a gun. That is a potential danger for anybody with the firearm, because you don't know what the 911 caller says, and as I say, you don't know the mentality of the officers that might accost you. So you always want to be smart and ahead. You know, let them do their little police thing as long as they're respectful to you. If they stop you, you know, look, I'm exercising my open carry rights, blah, 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 and let that be that. You don't got to get defensive and what have you. Let them know what it is and keep on going about your business, you know. And if you see them trying to turn the temperature up, be the smart one, because you're the one that got more to lose at the end of the day. You may not like what I'm saying. I don't like it. But rather be alive to tell the story than to be dead and not be able to tell the story or be locked up in prison. You know, you just don't never know. Because it's like going to a party or a club. 1,000 people can go to a party, and it only take one of them in there to fuck up the whole party, to show up there with a stupid mentality looking for trouble, and it can ruin the whole thing. Well, guess what? 1,000 officers can say they believe in this, and it only takes one asshole to fucking show up to ruin the whole thing. So always think about when you get stopped, is this that one asshole? And that'll help you move accordingly, you know. Don't assume that a lot of these officers know a lot of these laws, because believe it or not, a lot of these guys is just as dumb as the day is bright. A lot of these guys and these girls, they just as dumb as the day is bright. A lot of them then got to the point they don't even join law enforcement because they love law enforcement. They're doing it for a fucking paycheck. So they don't know shit. So I just want you guys and girls to be aware of that. Yep, fight a ticket in court, not on the side of the road, man. I mean, you eventually, like I said, I've watched this for years, these experiments that they do in these open carry states where a group of guys or whatever decided to open carry, and the police followed them for 4 or 5 blocks and then jumped out with their guns, pointed at them, and wanting to know what they doing. We've all seen all the videos already. Those are not skits. Those are real life. You usually see the guys and the girls using this instead of this, and let them know we practicing our rights and blah, 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 and it is whatever it is after that. You can always fight them in court. And the main thing is, if you have an encounter with these guys and they decide they want to be nasty to you, make them give you a ticket, or make them give you a warning, a summons, whatever, That's how you get their name and badge number. You don't have to be telling them, give me your name and badge number and all that. Just do that. Automatically, they got to write down what happened, and then you can fight it in court, man. I mean, some of y'all going to wind up making some money because there's going to be some of these guys and girls that are going to try that violation just because they don't want you to practice your Second Amendment rights. They don't want, so I told you guys and girls, everybody in law enforcement is not pro Second Amendment. You may think that. I'm telling you, throughout my years, it's the one thing I give about the Derek Chauvin type cops. I don't like what they do, but the motherfuckers are honest. I prefer the honesty. And I've had them tell me right to my face, I believe nobody should be allowed to carry a gun except the cop. You know what I'm saying? So, just be smart about it, man. And this is Florida. You got a lot of brain dead people walking around with badges and guns down there. They don't know their asshole from a hole in the ground. So be careful when you're dealing with them. And this is not a knock at law enforcement. I'm just telling people that's going to practice the Second Amendment. Not only do you have to worry about what message you're going to send to the criminals, you have to understand law enforcement. Are they planning on enforcing this law? Or how are they going to police this law? Where and who they're going to police it against? That all makes a point. Or that makes a difference whether you like it or you don't like it. It makes a difference. You know, years ago, probably 2014, there was a little Second Amendment rally in Des Moines. And I decided to go, and shit, the damn cops was out there frisking me. I was asking them, well, did you frisk anybody else? And they was like, well, we not worried about them. We frisking you. So, you know, they did their little frisk thing, you know, snuck up behind me and frisked me and all that shit. And questioned me why I'm out here. I said, it's a fucking gun rally. Don't you see I got a registered firearm to me? Why would you ask such a stupid fucking question when I can't practice my Second Amendment rights? And he told me no without the words no. His eyes told me no. But nevertheless, so these guys and girls just got to understand that everybody that carries a firearm is not pro Second Amendment. I'm talking about the law enforcement community. Just understand when you got a hothead that decides that they want to yell and scream and act a fool, they're looking for a reason to escalate it so they can shoot you. Because one thing they can't say is you got a gun. Because we all know anytime they open fire on you, the first thing they start screaming for is he had a gun. And if you're in a car, they'll tell your car I'm looking for a gun. And with the Baltimore Gun Trace Task Force in Maryland, if they didn't find one on you, they just grabbed one out the trunk, a stolen gun, and threw it on you. That way, that justifies them shooting you. So, I don't want to turn this into a law enforcement thing. I just wanted to put this on everybody's mind. Because something is law on paper, make sure you understand how it's going to be enforced in practice, because that's the most important thing. And how vague is this law? And make sure you understand the concealed carry law, where you can and can't carry. Do not assume that you can just open carry because you're in Florida, because you may be in places that's gun-free zones or places that say that they don't want, you can carry concealed, but you can't carry open. I mean, just whatever the dynamics are, just make sure you understand them. So, with that being said, I'm going to let everybody get out of here, and I'm going to get on back to my day. I'm going to go finish watching this Florida A&M and Alabama State game. It was very, very entertaining. So, I just wanted to come and do this publicly. Hit me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Do you open carry? Do you support open carry? What have you? Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay armed, stay on high alert. We out. What the hell I hear?